Hello, this is Lisa Dickey from Dickey's Cooking School, and today we're making a delicious creamy squash soup. Okay, this is a great soup for the winter, and this is something that you can make easily in 20 minutes, okay? So here are your ingredients. I have olive oil here, but you could use canola oil or sunflower oil or vegetable oil is fine. You need about a liter of stock. I have chicken stock. You could also use vegetable stock. And if you wanted to, you could just use water and you could add just a tablespoon of miso paste at the end. But you have to add the miso at the end because if you boil it, it actually breaks it down. It's actually a live culture. Okay, we're gonna season it with onions and garlic. Today, you could also add ginger. Fresh ginger is delicious in this soup. You could also add in the fall, fresh McIntosh apples are great in this. And then for our protein, we're gonna add these little red lentils, even though they're actually closer in color to orange. And you won't even see them. This soup is going to be pureed with a hand blender or in a blender. And they're gonna be mixed right in, but that's gonna give you a nice bit of fiber and a nice bit of protein. Okay, so the first thing we do is we turn our heat on low. So my cooktop has a range of 1 to 10. I'm gonna put it at number 2. In goes my olive oil. I let it heat for a couple minutes, and then I'm gonna throw my onions in. As soon as I throw my onions in, I'm gonna put some salt on it. And the salt, the purpose of the salt is one, to season it, but also it draws the moisture out of the onions. So you create a little bit of a barrier between the bottom of the pot and the onions. Okay, so here goes the onions. And I'm gonna throw in some salt, and I'm just gonna let those saute for a few minutes before I add my squash. Okay, so if you come on in and see, our onions are nicely sauteing. I'm gonna add a couple of garlic, and I'm not even going to mince them. I'm gonna add 3 cloves of garlic, just because this is going to be pureed either in the blender or with a hand blender, okay? To that, I'm going to add this package of squash. Frozen squash. You can use also fresh squash. It doesn't have to be frozen. This is just really fast. I'm gonna throw in my lentils. I'm gonna season it with a pinch of pepper. And I'm going to add 1 full teaspoon of cumin. And then I am going to top it with enough stock to cover it. And I've got a little bit reserved because I just want to see, I might want to make it a little thinner. I'm just gonna let it simmer and cook. So I've got that now. I'm gonna turn my heat up to medium. So like if my range is 1 to 10, I'm gonna put it at a 7. And I'm just going to let that simmer and boil, okay? Then I'm gonna puree it, and then finally I'll give it one final taste to see if I wanna season it with a little bit more salt. Again, like I said, if you didn't have chicken stock, you could put coconut milk in it to give it a nice creamy soup. If you did coconut, you could experiment with, you could add curry powder or a spice called garam masala is really nice with that. And again, you could add ginger or apple to it as well. That makes it a really nice soup. But this is a nice, simple soup. It's really creamy. It's excellent with biscuits, or you could try it with your flatbread. So we're gonna circle back in this is gonna cook for about 15-20 minutes, and I'll show you what it looks like just before we puree it. Okay, so this is an emulsion blender. It's really easy to use. I prefer it, especially when blending soups, because you're not transferring really hot soup to a blender. There's lots of opportunities for you to get burned. So I'm just gonna get this in here and set it down. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna lift your blender a little bit, and that's gonna eventually create a bit of a whirlpool situation. Okay, you can kind of move it around. Once you get most of the chunks out, you can increase the speed to high. So you're putting it on a slight angle. Don't put it on a huge angle because it can actually splatter and you're gonna get hot soup on you, okay? So go high. that is our creamy squash soup. Of course, always taste it before you pack it in your lunch. Make sure it's seasoned the way you want it. If you want to add a little bit more curry or a little more salt or a little more pepper, you take care of that, okay? And that is a delicious, easy, fast soup you can make for lunch. It's got veg, it's got protein. It tastes good, and if you like it, you'll eat it a lot.